What's up, y'all? This is Raina Williams.
And I am JB the Jeweler.
And you are now tuned into
Somebody Come Look at This.
Brakate.
Yo.
We live.
Yes, yes.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. And this is something I got to talk about right off the rip. The past couple weeks, and I'd say even the past year, diarrhea is having a moment. Diarrhea is having a moment. We need to talk about it. We need to talk about it for the sake of our listeners, for our own sakes. Some would say diarrhea is the moment now.
It's the moment.
It woke up. You got the Trader Joe's gummy worms, I think, started it.
Okay, everybody just going ham with them things. I'm eating the whole bag. Fiber.
Yeah, you can't eat the whole bag.
Fiber.
Which, let's be honest, that bag, though, is a small bag, and it's got 5 times the daily amount of fiber that you should consume.
So it's basically a bag of supplements. Like, you're not supposed to be eating that shit like candy.
You're not. No. Yeah, they basically loaded up, but it's laxative gummies.
And them, I don't like them. I didn't, the sour on the outside is just like sour flavor, but not sweet. Like, I'm used to some sour. If I'm going to have the sour, I need sweetness.
Yeah.
But, I will eat a vegetable. I'll eat some fucking lentils, and I'll eat some popcorn.
And you're being responsible with that. There's no quick fix.
Eat some apples. Like, what are we doing?
But then again, I think a lot of people that initially bought them, they didn't know what was going to go on. They were like, let me throw back a bag of these gummies. Let me go meet the fam at Olive Garden.
And then there's a whole Reddit thread. Do not eat the bag.
halfway through the first breadstick, all of a sudden, and they're looking at the breadstick probably like, there's something bad in this?
Yo.
Yeah. So, and that shit, man.
Your poopy pants.
Helps them with the summer body, though.
I guess. I mean, I don't know what. I don't think that I had the cyclospora.
That's the other one,
right?
That was the second wave. You ever seen that movie, The Fifth Wave? You never with the aliens. The first wave, they have shit, man. I forget what it is.
I keep thinking about that other shit. What is it called? Not Area 51, but it was like some number where it was like alien walking around, but they were like robots. But continue.
District 9.
District 9, that's what I'm thinking
District
about.
9 was, you're thinking of District 9. No, the fifth wave basically is like, there's different things, like the aliens come, and then the first wave is like a plague or something. The second wave is like floods, and the third wave is like a pandemic and whatever, right? Yeah, we could be in this is the second wave.
Could you imagine?
That cyclospore. This is how it does. The aliens are already here, and they're gonna make us shit our brains out.
They're just microscopic. They've been here for millions of years,
yeah.
And now they're going to take over the planet
again. It's like the reverse of War of the Worlds. Because spoiler alert for anybody that didn't see the 2005 War of the Worlds.
I ain't watched that one.
You didn't see it?
No, that's the one with Tom Cruise.
Yeah, you didn't see that one?
And maybe once. That was Dakota Fanning.
Yeah, she's screaming throughout the whole movie.
The whole thing.
She's just they were just like,
I saw it once.
Hey, you want to scream?
I just remember there being. It seemed like it was Twister with aliens as much as they were running.
No,
and it was windy.
that's a good comparison. Yeah, it's one of my favorite movies.
I gotta watch it now.
Yeah, when I don't want to give it away, but basically what you described is like the reverse of what goes on in that movie with the aliens. And I got some information here. Talks about the massive 2026 multi-state outbreak of explosive diarrhea has been linked to shredded iceberg lettuce supplied by Taylor Farms.
Taylor Farms.
So,
and some people like Taco Bell use this. It's not Taco Bell growing
the
lettuce.
Bell. Yeah,
they're just serving the lettuce. You got to look at who's growing the lettuce.
The distributor, which is Taylor Farms. A lot of news outlets are not going to tell you this because of some reasons discussed earlier. I heard, we don't like to get political on the podcast, but I heard that Taylor Farms was a big donor for a guy who's quite big in the country now. Some would say the head of the table at the moment.
He liked to eat McDonald's.
He loves McDonald's.
He
Diet
looks like
Coke.
it too.
He
Diaper
loves
wearing baby man.
Saying stupid shit. He loves bronzer. Would it be the tan, the fake tanner?
Yeah.
He loves that. Yeah. So we're gonna say it here. It's Taylor Farms. It was not Taco Bell. Taylor Farms lettuce, sourced from Central Mexico. And then it was in restaurants in, I believe it's Minnesota, Indianapolis, Ohio, Kentucky, and West Virginia. Distributed across 27 states, sickening over 1,600 people. And
Sickening.
Sending them straight to the fucking commode.
Sheesh.
And the symptoms typically begin about a week after consumption, including watery diarrhea, cramping, bloating, nausea. You're probably going to hit the bathroom and hear what I like to refer to as hell's kazoo. It's that long zipper fart.
Oh my God. And it's like echoing in the toilet chamber.
Yes, it does, right? And it precedes explosive
That is just
diarrhea.
wow.
You hear hell's kazoo, you got to take off your underwear at that point because you need a good base.
Yeah, you might as well
You got to strip all the way down.
Hopping right in the tub after that.
You know what time it is.
Ugh.
It's time to lock in because you're gonna be there for a minute.
Sweating, yo.
So that's how. Honestly, that's like the biggest news so far this year. I feel like is that yeah, man, diarrhea said, "I'm here, baby."
Yeah,
it's like Roy Jones. You ever remember that Roy Jones song? Y'all must have forgot.
Oh, I forgot he had a song.
Yeah, man, he had that other one too.
forgot too. Look at him.
Can't be touched, can't be stopped, can't be done.
Oh.
Yeah, Roy Jones, man, I remember that. Roy Jones, that's what that diarrhea felt. Felt like y'all must have forgot. I did not forget. I at least once or twice a year, just randomly. There's no food. It just hits me. Usually late at night. Thank God. You ever had it hit you like out in public?
Oh shit. Yeah. Oh man. Dude. One time. This is a lot. Talk about poop. I mean, listen. It's human. That's it. But one time,
this is how we're starting.
I was at work and I used to work at like an office. This is when I was a teenager.
You used to work in an office?
Yeah, I hated it. I used to work in like the loan office.
I can't
at
imagine.
The credit union. I think I was like 18, bro. Like I just got out of high school. Can't bite me, you bitch. Fucking cat bit me because he wanted me to pet him, and I'm trying to pet him.
Oh, he gave you the little.
He gave me the little
pet me bite.
Yeah, no. But yeah, I was working at the place, and my stomach was upset, and like I sharted, and then that was the precursor to having to go to the bathroom. And like honestly, like I'm glad that I did. I think I was towards the end of my shift anyway, so like it got on my undergarments, so I took them off, and then I just had to be there for like 20 more minutes. But that was bad. Like, what do you do? Like, you do what you can in the bathroom to like clean yourself up.
Yeah.
But like this wasn't the time where like, oh, people thinking about bringing wipes to work. Speaking of our favorite thing, the expert, because I got to update on some wipes because baby wipes are expensive. Well, they don't have to be expensive. You get it from the dollar store, but yes, you run the risk of the quivering booty hole. You wipe your butt with the wrong wipe.
Yeah, you get a little ring of fire going on.
Wife now, she's doing some caregiving for grandma. Also in the elderly people world, that's the one thing, a supply that's good to have around.
Yeah.
And so these wipes are actually for the adult size. Like they stretch the fuck out. It look like I'm reading the newspaper to how big that bitch is. Like goddamn. It's not as durable as the baby wipe, but they are soft. So you can just double it up. And I feel a little bit better about tossing it in the garbage, although,
it's a big wipe.
That's a big wipe.
I feel like you could do the old, how you front to back. You could really get in there.
But the dudes could do the front to back. We just have to do backwards. We can't pull it front. You don't want the back.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
I know that much. I've heard that.
Yeah, that's a whole
that's
thing.
bad.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah. As an adult, no. Because babies get that diaper rash, but that's what, got to keep clean. Just cleanliness is everything, yo. Like, even with guys, y'all got other things, especially if y'all part ain't all the way. Yeah, if you got all your original parts, that being clean is very extra more important. I'm not going to get into details, but you know what the fuck I'm talking about. Turtleneck motherfuckers out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, hope Pop taught you how to get in that,
rocking that hoodie.
Because, you get problems later. What if you meet a lady? Cheese dick. Turtleneck cheese. Disgusting.
This may be tough for a lot of dudes like that to hear, but I have not met one woman in my time that has ever said they prefer that.
And
I've never.
the word. Check this out.
It's totally the opposite.
Check this out. 80% of the world's men are not cut.
See, that's wild.
It's only here, and it's something that really, like, if you're a Jewish person, that's what we doing. And then in America, they're like, oh, you want it? Like, the rest of the world, don't do it. Like, I think 30% of the world's men are not circumcised, but 80% of the ones that are live in America. That's the statistic.
Wait, so are you saying that more men are circumcised?
No, more men in the world can't come. They got all of their parts.
They got the wizard sleeve.
They got the wizard sleeve.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and versus in America, this is the concentrated place where you will find the most circumcised
men.
Yes.
Thank God. Shout out to moms, because I'm sorry to the men out there, because there's a lot of men, in circles will talk about it like, they'll try and like shit on you for being circumcised. They'll be like, bro, it's the best. It's the best. It's mainly when men talk about it, they talk about it relating to themselves.
Right. Oh, of course.
They're like, there's more, going on down there, and da. And I'm like, my guy, like, women, they talk to their friends and they joke about you. I've never, you date women and you get to know some of their friends. Sometimes you're privy to some conversations, especially when you've been there a minute and, people get comfortable. And I've never, ever, ever heard a conversation that wasn't them making fun.
Damn.
Telling about it, telling how stinky it is.
Hey, yo.
Talking about how weird it looks. Looks like a sandworm. You gotta, I mean, shout out to you if you enjoy it.
And this is what like, in all honesty, and not even trying to like play around. Like, if you're choosing as a person and you have a son and this is not what's happening, then you gotta teach the cleanliness part, because that's how, like, the stinky, like, that even just goes with, like, okay, let's talk about booty holes again. Why have I heard from my wife, who is around a lot of straight women, because, my wife don't know shit about dudes and and I don't really, whatever. I don't give a shit. Like, I know because I'm a human being. But, like, these girls are like, yeah, my boyfriend, he don't wash his asshole because he makes you feel like he's gay. What? He don't want to touch. What? Wait, what? Like, he doesn't do what now?
That's
and he wants
crazy.
you to put your face where? And these girls are talking about how this is, like, so disgusting. So, like, men that are listening to this, wash your ass. I don't understand what the problem is.
As long as as long as you're not in there finger popping yourself.
Hey, yo.
Then you're good,
like,
bro.
I'm just saying.
Clean it. Because women talk.
They talk.
Women talk.
They talk.
Okay,
do.
brother? Like, if you're not cleaning yourself properly, you can bet that girl, you think you killed it.
No.
You killed it in a different way. She almost passed out.
The little spray ain't gonna cover that up,
No,
bro. The
brother.
Axe spray ain't cut.
You got your ass. Your ass is like the grill at a deli.
Oh.
You know how it got that seasoning on it over years and years and years? Okay?
Oh, my God.
Your ass now needs a deep clean.
Hey, yo.
You need to take your ass to the cleaners now. You
Put
can't.
some baking soda, lemon juice on that bed.
You can't. You can't do it on your own at this point. You know what? Know what they need to do? Go back to one of our first episodes. They need to get. Honestly, they may need to get those Mr. Clean wipes that I use.
Mr. Clean
those
wipes.
99.9 disinfecting wipes, and just grin and bear it, because you need to start over, my guy.
Hey, yo.
You need to napalm your ass. Just terraform your ass and start over.
Whole new civilization.
It's a whole new world.
Oh, new
Put on,
world.
what's that from? Pocahontas?
That's Aladdin.
Is that Aladdin? Put on that Aladdin and terraform your ass.
Yo, speaking of Aladdin, that made me think about all this weird, pedo-y shit.
It's sad that I even have to go which situation at this point. It's so sad because there shouldn't be that many, but I literally, when you said that, I was like, which one are we talking about?
So, in Disney movies,
Yeah.
since we've been kids, they putting in there, and then it makes me wonder, is Pixar doing it now? Like, I bet.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
Because I'm thinking my Aladdin, Then there was that scene in Aladdin where you could hear him in the background say, "Take off your."
Wait, what scene is this?
There's a scene where he comes to visit her, and Raja is like trying to get the tiger is trying to be like, "Yo, why you here?" Like this, and he's trying to like, "Oh, get down," and Raja's like, "Grr." And there's a scene where she's talking to him, and then you see him push Raja away, and you can hear him be like, "No, down, down, down," and then the camera, like the scene cuts, so you don't see him, but you know that he's still there talking, and then you hear him go, "Tick." And so, like, if anybody has it's the VHS version. We not gonna fuck around, talk about no goddamn Mandela effect. They just edit shit out at this point. But
Yeah.
the VHS, you can hear it clearly. And that's the same thing, like, first of all, how about Little Mermaid got all the dicks on the front?
I saw that one.
Peepees.
We had the Dick Mermaid, the Little Mermaid Dick edition.
Dick edition, and with
in,
the peepee
in our
the
house.
movie.
In our house.
Right, and
I
the one with
remember.
the priest had a boner.
Which one was that? That's Little
Boner
Mermaid.
Little Mermaid.
No,
part-
that's a scene though.
That's a scene.
The dick for the Little Mermaid is on the cover.
On the cover.
Yeah, it's one of the castle's
castle.
towers.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I saw
was
that
like,
clear as day.
what is that?
Little German helmet, little German soldier.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yep,
They just-
German war helmet.
And then in the movie, they decided to put the dick in the movie too, but it was in some
Of
pants.
course they did.
But the part where they're walking down the aisle, again, they may have edited this out, but got VHS, go peep it. But they're walking down, or a DVD, because I feel like it was in the DVD too.
There's a chance.
They walk a chance. Walking down the aisle. This is when she's about to marry. No, fake. What was it? Ursula had changed beautiful, and she was about to marry Eric, and he was all under the spell. That part.
Okay.
And they're on the boat, and they walking, and you see it, and then she's walking by, and she kicks the dog. She kicks the dog, and then the very next scene, you see the priest say, "Oh, we're here today," like this,
and he
like
thrusts
he's
his
standing.
crotch out
He
there?
thrusts, but there's a bump. There's like a triangle, literally a sideways, a fucking less than sign drawn on the front of him.
That's fucked
And
up.
I'm like, a pee-pee. It's a pee-pee. And you could miss it. Like, you could miss it.
Yeah.
It's one of those
So
things.
it's quick.
As a kid,
I did
you
miss it, I
not
guess, because
paying
I don't
attention.
remember.
Right. As a kid, that's not, somebody had to tell me this when I was a young adult.
Okay.
It wasn't something that,
Yeah, of
You
course.
know?
As a kid, you're not looking at. I know they did that. I heard it was a big running joke, but I feel like I haven't heard of any of it in the newer movies because I feel like you would hear about it. There would be people looking for it, and they would find it out even more now. So I wonder if that was just something they did back in the day, rather than right now, because
yeah.
honestly, back in the day.
Yeah, it was weird.
It was a lot weirder, I should say. It's weird now.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but so I wonder if they kind of just like put a what's the word I'm looking for? Put a cork in it.
Put the kibosh
They're
on
like,
it.
listen, stop putting dicks in our cartoons.
Yeah.
Is that too much to ask?
Right.
Hey guys, come together, meeting. Stop
Yeah.
putting wieners in the cartoons.
Come on.
You know,
Grow up.
they just throw that in like a Thursday morning meeting. They're like,
Yeah.
and parking spaces are going to be getting cleaned on Thursday. And one more thing, if you could stop drawing dicks in our major motion pictures. Okay. And then on Tuesday, we're going to have a potluck, guys. So bring your favorite dish from home. And once again, no dicks in the cartoons. Okay. Let's have a great Monday. I wonder if that did it. They were like, you know what? We should stop doing that.
Yeah, maybe. I
Kids
don't
watch
know,
our
dude.
movies. If only in a perfect world, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's just that's just, again, you find out all this other stuff. You're like, oh, yeah, well, that makes perfect sense. Like, every day, you're like, oh, this person, they're like, pedophile ring broken up in wherever.
There's always a new, of course you got the Epstein thing going on.
Right.
But then you also have, there's just like the weird, like I think Drake is a weirdo.
Correct.
Yeah, I think Drake I think that he's hot right now and he makes a lot of money for a lot of people right now. So they're
Yeah.
going to let that rock. But once his star starts to fade, I think that there's going to be stories coming out on him that are similar to how R. Kelly, when his star started to fade. What's the matter with Garbanzo? What is he yelling about?
Before. You hear this cat. He was screaming in the background. You okay? Come on. What happened?
Jeez Louise.
You okay?
But yeah, I think that's similar to how R. Kelly, when his, he wasn't as hot anymore. All of a sudden, you start to see that. Although he did have the video. He did videotape himself doing it. I think similar stuff's going to happen with Drake. You see that Drake was hanging out. Mind you, Drake is 39 years old. He'll be 40 in October.
Oh, wow.
And he was hanging out recently with a 19-year-old OnlyFans model. I forget her name. And he had her out in Canada. They were drinking together.
Oh.
And he was on video and he's, hugged up on her.
But she's an American citizen?
I think so. But the legal drinking age in Canada, I believe, is 19. I don't know. Let me see. That's what I heard, but I want to make sure. But anyway, so he had her up there, and I don't know. I know people will say, like, that's two consenting adults and yada, yada, yada. But he's already got a history of weird behavior with women in general.
Yes.
The guy, I watched another video with this girl that dated him. Now, mind you, this could all be bullshit. But when you hear it from enough sources, I mean, where there's dust, there's dirt. So I heard a woman, and I've heard this story before with him, is that he's very, like, emotional. And, like, when girls usually will date him and mess around with him for a while, from what I've heard, and they will end it.
Yeah.
Because he's just they can't have a relationship with him. He's just too emotional. He's, they're just not into it long term.
Aubrey.
Yeah. And then he will threaten to have them beat up.
Wow.
Like there was one girl that said, he was threatening to have women he knows fold her up.
What the hell?
Which, for people that don't know that means he was going to have her beat up, have her jumped pretty much for breaking up with him.
Wow.
And
what a bitch.
Yeah, pretty much bitch activities. He is a bitch. I think he's a good musician. He makes good music, but he's just I don't think he's a good person.
That's kind of how it goes in a lot of these really big things. Perfect example. The other thing that I think I heard about this, but never really knew about it. Other day I watched something. It was like Impact. I don't know, it was like a 2020 side. It's like a 2020 side piece, or like one of them shows. Anyway, about David, the artist David.
Yeah, the guy who supposedly killed the young girl.
He
was
killed
young.
her. He killed her. He totally did.
Yeah.
But I mean, at least the evidence. If I was on that jury, I'd be like, yeah, guilty. I wouldn't even think about it.
Yeah, but don't they try to get people though that haven't really heard anything about the case? Which
if they would have got me, I had never heard about it. Like the trial I think it's going on, or like he's whatever. But like, I would say this: if I had never watched that, I probably never would have known about it, because I think I just heard about it in passing.
Yeah.
But I didn't know who he was and anything about him. And just seeing like shit like that, where at this stage in life, it feels like people that are so obsessed and their whole identity is built around wealth and material things, and like having something and doing it and getting it by any means. And then that, I guess, like the hubris that it gives, for where like I could do what I want. Yeah. Like I could do, because I can get away with it. Like the guy that fucking threw the rock at the seal in Hawaii a couple months ago, and he was like, I can fucking do what I want. I'm rich. I can make it. And then they were like, oh yeah. And they said some brothers over there, well, they didn't sit. Some brothers went over there and like jumped his ass, and then he got fines and all types of shit. So, but fines that were like, oh, that's going to hurt. And some other shit happened to him. Like it was more than what he anticipated. Yeah. Plus he got his ass kicked. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, we out here pretending like we stop punching people in the throat, dog. Like, people stop getting punched in the face for doing really dumb shit. Yeah. And like rich people can get away with shit. And then like, what is this guy? He supposedly went to like church. He's so churchy. Like, why is it always the same? Because the girl, she was 14. Bro, she was 14 years old.
Yeah.
And they were on some Twitch stream.
And this is David again,
This is David. Sorry, I'm like all over the place. Because it's just, my mind is just like blown how people could just be so like depraved, and like the shit that people do to just keep that. Because she basically was young. When he first started talking to her, she was 12. Now, granted, like she was 14 and he was like 19. But still, that's
That's still a decent. So that would mean when she was 12, he was 17. That would mean that he would be like a senior in high school.
Either way, you talking to a 12-year-old, dog.
Well, he would be a senior in high school, and then she would be in like 7th grade.
Why?
Yeah.
Come on.
It's a little wild.
Why you doing all of this?
Yeah, I know there are age gaps like in adulthood, but when you're in, it would just be universally weird for any high schooler to be speaking to a middle schooler. You know, you're about to graduate high school and you're speaking to somebody who's still got a year left in middle school. Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about like different, just brain developments, socialization, and like, you know,
Massively different.
Yeah, just your maturity levels, and then, but basically, I think what happened was she got pregnant, and he was like,
"Oh shit,
you gotta shit, you can get rid of it," and blah 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 blah. And she was like, "Well, I'm gonna ruin your career if this and that." And he basically lured her to his apartment. He bought all the stuff to kill. He bought all the stuff to dispose of her body, which is literally he chopped her up, bro. Like with chainsaws. Like you buying shit on Amazon, dog, and getting it delivered to your fucking house, and then you lure her there, and then you kill her, and then you keep her body in your house in your truck. Like what? Because you think and you writing songs about it, and that reminds me of some R. Kelly shit too. Like, oh, it's the art. Like I'm making my art. His art was like, from what they show, he was kind of fucking morbid. What do they call that?
He wrote songs about it?
He wrote a song.
About killing the girl?
Yes, about killing someone that he loved. And then there's something about like, I miss you because you're gone. The day that apparently when they did the timeline, he dropped some video where he's singing this song about like, I miss you in the afterlife. And he had just chopped her body that day.
Is it that that's the funny thing too? They always seem to flirt with, like OJ when he wrote the book If I Did It. You know,
God damn it.
They always seem to like to kind of play peekaboo with getting in trouble. You know, like they can't just stay away from it. There's always some wild shit. But then again, there's a couple switches off in the fuse box.
Yeah, and this is what Punishment Island is like. You know, if somebody hears this is my motherfucking idea. This is the first time I'm recording this idea down. It belongs to me. Who I am, the original person, will be metadata on this audio. So, Punishment Island.
Okay.
The place that I have in my mind of being like, if we could do this, it might be an effective way to just kind of let nature take care of people that do really fucked up shit.
Natural selection.
Yes, but a little bit controlled, obviously. So instead of prison, instead of sending rapists, pedophiles, people who hurt elderly people or people who hurt disabled people, and now I have added people who chop up bodies to dispose of them because you a different motherfucker. Like killing someone is one thing. I gotta hide the body. Oh, I gotta dump the body. You still fucked up, but you chopping that's some different ass shit.
It's a little wild.
You going to Punishment Island. So the Punishment Island is basically so that say you have the population is 300, right? And this island is in the middle of some fucking nowhere, hot as hell near the equator. So we already doing that, right? You're on an island. Enough to where you could put 300 people and they could just be there, but they ain't going. Like you ain't getting off, okay? 300 guys. You give supplies, basic survival supplies to 150. So you already have half.
Okay.
So you're putting cameras up around this place because I want people to watch this shit.
Oh, wow. This is. I'm not gonna lie, Raina. This is a little dystopian.
Oh, it's very dystopian, but it's okay because it'd be a great episode of Black Mirror.
This is a little
Netflix.
dystopian. They kind of did something similar.
In
a way, but there's one person. It was that woman.
Yes.
That they had her. So I think it was called White Bear. Something like that
was crazy.
Where they had her, going through the day, and then at the end of it, you discover that it's just her punishment, and she's got to relive that day. They knock her out at the end. She has amnesia, and then she's got to relive it every single day, and that's her punishment for what she did.
That was brilliant. Most of those episodes. So this particular idea, so I kind of should have said the part we watched at the end because it's very deep. So the people on the island, half the supplies. So you already have that. Then maybe I don't know the time, but maybe once or twice a week, once or twice a month.
Okay.
You release the hippo, or you release some other fucking apex.
No, the hippo is the apex
I
predator.
understand.
A lot of people don't know that.
Yes, that's why I said release the hippo.
Hippos kill more people every year than any other animal, 100%. I believe.
100%.
Yeah, than alligators, sharks, hippos.
Right.
Hippos are vicious, man.
That they release the hippo. You got to deal with that.
Yeah.
So you deal with each other. Y'all fighting for your own shit. The survival.
Mhm.
No, what if they build a boat, Raina? There's going to be, I haven't decided yet if it should be orcas or great whites.
No, it would have to be great whites because orcas, there's never been a single documented case of an orca attacking a human in the wild.
Yeah. But they are attacking boats these days and getting very smart.
Well, because they're probably like,
fuck those boats.
Fuck
we
those
understand
boats,
they
man.
hurt us.
Polluting our water. They fucking hurt us. They hurt our friends.
Yeah.
They hurt the manatees, man.
Oh, they
The
do.
manatees are like the animals that don't bother anybody. So the orcas, they're smart. They're probably like, all right, I got you. We're just going to destroy your boat.
Yeah.
We're not going to eat you, but we're going to destroy your boat. We're going to they were trying to teach us a lesson. Good for them. When I heard orcas were doing that, I was like, good.
Yeah. Oh,
good.
I was like, oh.
Good.
And they teach the other ones how to do it.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
We need somebody to check us.
But there would be, so sharks. And it would be kind of like sharks that you could sort of like control. But there would just be a lot. So you're not really leaving.
Now you're sounding like Dr. Evil from Austin Powers.
Oh, yeah. With my pinky to my...
They're going to have laser beams on their heads.
Yeah, maybe. And it's just, it's just not going to be, you can't leave. Period.
Uh-huh.
And this is, somebody will be watching, like the nearest place, like I would commend you if you got to land on a little dugout, whatever the fuck.
Little castaway boat.
Yeah, you're not doing that, Wilson.
Little porta potty diggy.
Yeah. So that would be, and then I thought about like, so then one day I had this, I actually been thinking about this, and so I put this idea into ChatGPT, and Chat was like, oh, what if you
ChatGPT was like,
oh,
this sounds good.
I got some ideas. I was like, shoot, let's go. Well, fuck it. Because it was like, that's a little far-fetched, Raider. I don't know if you'd be able to do it. I was like, motherfucker, this is some fictional shit.
ChatGPT's working out the logistics.
It was trying to check me like, that's not really humanitarian.
Of your torture island?
Yo, they were
like hold on. The best way to do that,
you couldn't get past international law with a blah, 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 blah.
You want to make sure the hippos are well fed. You want to make sure. Well, you want to feed them this so they have the most amount of energy, before they get in that ass. Oh, appreciate you, ChatGPT, so much.
I asked Chat, you could have, because I was like, oh, people could tune in. So have like hunting cameras. This was still my idea. Have hunting cameras around the island so you could tune in at any time. And so there'd be an app you could go on your phone. And it would be like, not the black market. What did they call it? The gray market.
Oh,
so in the gray market, you can make bets.
I was thinking Silk Road.
ChatGPT was like, oh, you can make bets. Yeah, you can make bets. And they were like, have it be different. Have people vote on what they would want to be released besides hippos every 2 weeks. And then it would be the top of and then people could bet on who would be surviving by the end of the month. Because you're not leaving. Like, that's your punishment. Like, you did bad. You didn't do any of these things. You're there. Like, you don't get to leave. We don't come get you. Like, because we don't want those people in our society.
No, you know what this sounds? This sounds like a movie idea.
Yeah.
But you would have to have one guy because the justice system is not perfect.
Not perfect.
So you would have to have a guy who gets, he's innocent.
Yeah.
He gets wrongfully accused.
Oh, yeah.
And sent there wrongfully.
Right.
And he's got to survive to be
like
reunited with his
badass.
family. Yeah, with his family, right?
Yeah.
That would be
Kills
pretty
a hippo.
wild. I don't think, has anybody ever killed a hippo in cinema? Because hippos, a lot of times we associate them with being like nice. Zoos especially.
Killed hippos in cinema. I recall seeing something about hippos getting arrows or freaking spears thrown into their mouth. Some movie I watched. So yeah, no, hippos ain't always nice.
Yeah, but I feel like in general.
Or maybe I'm just thinking about me playing that damn game. I think I am. I'm thinking about being Bayek in the damn Assassin's Creed Origins, and I'm in Egypt, and all of a sudden you in the water, and the motherfucking hippo rolls up on you.
Oh, that happens in that Assassin's Creed?
Oh, absolutely it does. Don't fuck around and go to the Hippo Island. Oh, man. And they'll run after you. Oh, yeah, you gotta hit them with the fire arrows. Yeah, hit them they go down real fast with the 3. That's probably the only Assassin's Creed game I played besides the one where you were the Freedom Cry, which was a DLC of the damn Black Flag shit. So the
wait a minute.
pirate,
There's
what?
not to interrupt you,
You
but
good?
I looked up, have hippos been killed in movies? It says yes, hippos are killed in movies, though they more often serve as the deadly antagonists rather than the victims. Well, yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
For instance, in the 2026 survival horror film Hungry, so this year, movie called Hungry, a rampaging territorial hippo terrorizes a stranded group of tourists in the Louisiana bayou. Creature actively attacks the human characters try to fight it. Let me see.
Hungry Hippo.
Yeah.
They made a Hungry Hippo movie and a horror movie.
It's a horror movie.
Wow.
You know they're making all those now? They had like a Winnie the Pooh horror movie.
Oh yeah. Why are they doing this?
Well, because the license or whatever runs out after a certain amount of time. So then they make a horror movie about it.
But why?
Because we're people. Fuck it up. That's what we want to do.
We always
Fuck it
gotta
up.
Be so distracted.
Take something
Horrific.
innocent
And just ruin
and
it.
fuck it up. We either want to fuck
Why
it
are we
up
so trauma. We need to heal
or
as
literally
a
fuck.
species. We humankind really we need healing. It's very,
Hungry
Wow.
is an hour and 30 minutes, so it's a short watch relatively.
It better be.
It is available on streaming platforms like Apple TV and Amazon Video, and of course has received mixed reviews. Which it's got a 57% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Ugh.
I wasn't expecting Titanic or anything, but I think that's probably a good sign. It's probably a fun movie, to be honest. It's probably
you
a
kind of gotta
fun
laugh at it.
little creature feature
Oh,
to
shit.
watch.
Have we talked about this Obsession movie, bro?
Upset. That's. I gotta see that one next. I just saw Backrooms a few nights ago, and I loved it. Backrooms to me was an amazing movie. But yeah, Obsession is that's like the movie of the year, I think.
Have you seen this?
No, have you seen it? You saw it?
I did.
You
I
did?
didn't know what I was getting myself into.
I don't think a lot of people did. It took a lot of people by surprise. A lot of people thought it was your typical, almost like a teenage kind of horror movie, stupid.
I didn't even know what it was going to be at all. Because my wife got the recommendation from somebody she knows. Oh, you should go see this movie. It's really good. And my wife didn't even go look at the trailer. She said, "Oh, it's just supposed to be like a suspense movie." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, I guess." And she's the girl's obsessed with him. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
And we sit down and the more I don't think, maybe because I'm not a huge fan of gore horror, that maybe that was what kind of made me a little closed off to but I knew that it was a good movie. I knew what they were trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that it was kind of this, especially the more that I talked about it with other people, how it was a really good narrative, or the way that you don't think that the villain, the wrong person is the villain, the person, it kind of thing, and about how men and women relate, even in relationships. And
I heard it was very metaphorical.
Yes, it was.
And talked about toxic love.
Yeah.
And possession.
Yeah.
In love.
Mm-hmm.
Not wanting to love the person, but wanting to possess them as an object.
Yeah.
More than a person.
And my other issue is that they presented something that made me, as somebody who watches movies, and I kind of want to know why, or I'm a very tell me why this is like this, or a story behind. If you're introducing an element, they introduced the element in the movie where I thought that I really wanted to know, can you explain and it didn't get explained. And then somebody oh, they're making a sequel. But I guess another positive about the film is that what I heard is the person that made the film, the director, it was very low budget, so they really made a lot of money.
They made a lot of money off
and
it.
And the guy had just done a bunch of stuff on YouTube, these shorts, these funny things. And one of our coworkers is really follows this person, so I like to see those type of things happen though. When persons grinding for a long time and they're doing their thing, and
then it pays off.
And they get
that's fun.
A dope opportunity, and get their shit picked up, and then it comes to life. But that movie made history, and that's all. And you don't ever really want that, but that's a beautiful milestone in being a creative person, where in your legacy as a creative person, you've impacted culture. You know what I'm saying? People are going to remember you in this moment that we're exposed to this as kind of this phenomenon now in life.
I found it right here. It said that Obsession, it was made for roughly $750,000 to $1 million, which in movie terms is pretty damn cheap.
And that was for everything.
That's for everything. And it said it's grossed an astonishing 442.6 million globally.
She,
Which, I mean, of course you got to factor in marketing and all that, but that is
but that was their marketing budget, bro. That whole
what, the 750,000
yes
to a million included marketing?
Yes.
Yeah, then that's amazing. How much money did Obsession make? I think that's
Gross.
yeah, that's pretty
400
amazing.
million, bro. Like that ain't $400 million.
That's
Fuck.
pretty amazing, and it really launched the career of the chick. I heard the chick,
Oh yeah, she was good.
acted her ass off.
Oh yeah, she was great.
Indy Navarrete is her name.
She was
And,
creepy.
yeah,
She did the
I
creepy,
heard-
like crazy thing for sure. The ending was definitely clutch. It was good. Like the movie, like I said, the more I think about it, I didn't like how it made me feel.
Yeah.
But I think maybe that's part of it. You know what I mean? You're not supposed to feel.
No, yeah, a horror movie is supposed to be unsettling.
And my wife actually, she said she felt nauseous,
Really?
like physically. She wasn't really. She didn't really like it. But when we talk about it, she's like, oh yeah, I definitely get like the symbolism.
Is it like nauseous from the gore or nauseous
Yeah.
from the really?
Yeah, there's one scene.
Gory?
I think maybe because it's not that gory. There's one scene that's really gross, and I think that really was like for her,
like gross gory.
particularly. Yeah, there's a gross part where she's like, spoiler alert, she's standing there for a long time, and she's like watching him. She's waiting for him to wake up. She's standing there still waiting for him. But she's like shits herself and pisses all over the floor, and like she's fucking gross and disgusting, and like they show it.
Oh, that ain't too. I was expecting
And like there's another part where like
that is gross.
she
but
feeds an animal. That I think it was just for my wife, those things are like stomach
it's
stuff.
a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, like sometimes when people have stomach stuff, like
It's
sensitive
funny. I was
stomach-
about to be like, that ain't too bad. I knew a girl did that. It was her thing. That was her thing. She
Shine on
would,
the floor. Watch these.
yeah. That's
Wait
how
for you to wake up.
that was her love language. It's she'd stand there watch you sleep. She'd piss on the floor. That's how that's how you knew it was love with her. No big deal.
Oh my
But
God.
yeah, that Obsession movie, I did really well. And then, like I said, I saw Backrooms the other night. I haven't been able to stop thinking about it.
What's that movie about?
Backrooms is a movie basically about. It's based on a group of short films by a young director. The director of the Backrooms is only like 20 years old. A guy named Kane Parsons.
Wow.
He's got a YouTube channel called Kane Pixels
Okay.
that he's had for a while now. And this YouTube channel, he initially started doing Backrooms short films. And the Backrooms basically came from a picture somebody posted on the internet that was it was yellow walls, kind of beige carpet, regular ceiling tiles. It was like an abandoned office almost, but like with no windows though. And it began this thing called liminal horror. And liminal horror is basically places where there should be people, but there are none. And the protagonist is trapped in the environment in some way. And the Backrooms videos usually they're like found footage type videos.
Okay.
This is the short films. I'd highly recommend you check out his Kane Pixels YouTube channel. You can get the full background on what the movie is about. And basically they no clip is what it's called. And no clip is basically they like fall through the environment somewhere. It comes from video games.
Got it.
And in a video game, you ever like fallen through the map
Yeah.
and you fall to like an
Yeah.
area you're not supposed to be in?
Yeah.
That's basically if that happened in real life.
Huh.
There's like little areas around the world where like one of the videos is a girl in her garage. She's like, you got to check. This is found footage type style, right?
Yeah,
Blair
okay.
Witch type style. And she's like, you got to come over here and you got to check out this floor. It's crazy. And it switches over and she's got a like masking tape in a square on the floor. And then she takes a baseball. She drops it in the square and it goes right through the floor, disappears. And everyone's like, oh my God. And then she's like, let's take these leaves or these chips. And I pour them in there. They disappear. Holy smokes. Then she's like, let's see how far down this goes. And she takes a tape measure. She puts the tape measure down there. And it keeps going. And it keeps going. And it keeps going. And then all of a sudden the tape measure starts shaking. And starts shaking. And starts shaking. And then they all, or she, I think, I don't know if her friend does, but she and her camera fall into the Backrooms. and all of a sudden they're in this like abandoned office building space where everything is like just a bunch of crazy rooms where like things are not quite right, and there's like
That's crazy.
doors that are only half doors and they're on the ceiling,
What?
and there's 3 door handles, and it's almost like Alice in Wonderland in a way. It's
hell
like
no.
a twisted.
That's cool though. That sounds so interesting.
They get basically, it's very depressing in the short films because there's no way out.
Oh no.
There's no way out.
I don't like
and
that.
it goes on forever.
No.
And then there's a company behind it called Async that they created the backrooms as a form of infinite storage. And
wow.
it just went haywire. There's also entities or creatures in the backrooms because
so this is in the movie now?
This is all in the short film.
Oh, in the short film.
And then
okay.
the movie is like, it's a full feature length film about this. And it also deals with like trauma. There's 2 characters. There's Clark, who is kind of estranged from his wife currently. He's been kicked out of the house, and he owns a furniture shop, which is where they enter the back rooms. Basically a wall in the furniture shop, he's able to enter the back rooms. And in the movie, he's able to go into the back rooms and come out of the back rooms through that one little spot. And then he goes and he sees a therapist about what's going on, and it delves into like his trauma and maybe him taking personal responsibility for some of his actions that contributed and his narcissism. And then you learn the therapist has trauma. So it also very much deals with the mind and like
that's interesting.
Pushing down trauma and just like getting through it. Like he drinks. I don't want to give away too much, but you find out the therapist also copes in her own ways.
Yeah.
And the back rooms is a reflection of their memories. It takes their memories and it copies them. It's because it's the company that made the back rooms. They made MRI machines originally.
Oh.
And then they opened the back room, so it's like an MRI machine, but it copies boom, boom, boom.
Interesting.
But it imperfectly copies memories. It has memories of people. It has memories of locations, and it just it's infinite, and it just copies them, but it copies them imperfectly. And it's basically, it delves into like, you ever heard that the last time you remembered something is not how it actually was. It was just the last time you remembered it, and then it was the memory you had of it. I'm fucking it up right now, but the last time you remembered something, it was literally just the memory of that event. It wasn't the actual event. And then the next time you remember it, it gets distorted a little more. The next time you remember it, it gets distorted a little bit more. It's like a game of telephone, and it kind of delves into that too. The Backrooms is like a visual representation. And it's one of those movies where you could just sit there and listen to theories, and it's also kind of gory too at the end because the entities are a little crazy.
The entities.
So that I highly recommend the Backrooms. It's one of those movies where I went and bought, or I believe my girlfriend, bought it for my birthday because I wanted the Blu-ray. I wanted the actual Blu-ray, and they have like an old school Blu-ray coming out that's like a collector's edition.
Love that.
Where it's got like items from the movie. It's got over 3 hours of bonus content. It's got a making of, like visual effects. Yeah, you don't really see that anymore in movies,
that gives me such hope. And then definitely something that I wanted to talk about. We were talking about it earlier. Is this like they've been successfully training us to not have physical media.
Yeah.
And so it's beautiful to see that a person who is 20 years old making a film understands the value of giving somebody something physical, in addition to, okay, you can stream this, but if you want to get these extra things that I'm showing you, you have to get the Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Like this is where you're going to find that content. And are people going to pirate it and put it up on YouTube? Yeah. And me as a person that is creative, I also fully support somebody finding who pirated that shit and taking it down, because like there's something about like having a respect for like people. It's something that you like.
Yeah.
You should respect it. You should respect the people who made it. You should respect the fact that you have it and now you own it and that's something yours. And if you want to share it, like just understand you might get in trouble for doing it, because a person may not necessarily want the whole world to be able to see something that they exclusively want for their fans. Because like when people pirate shit, it just kind of like it cheapens the experience. Like having something in your hands and like opening it up is like real different than like just streaming it on your phone.
Yeah.
Or
I'm a big physical media guy. I always have been. I remember as a kid, I liked the smell the binding. You know, when you get a book, a movie, a CD, which CDs I heard are back on the rise
Yeah,
again.
they're
But,
coming back,
you know,
man.
I feel like you knew you got a quality CD when you got a booklet.
Yeah.
When you got a heavy booklet, that thing was about, 10, 15,
You felt
20
the weight
pages.
of that
Felt the
thing.
weight of that booklet. That's how I gauged if I got a quality game or a quality movie or a quality CD. Is
Or
that
they got the
booklet? What was
box
going
sets.
on?
Remember the box set?
Oh,
and they
yeah.
would come in more, then you would unfold it, and it either would be 2 discs or it would be 1 disc and a really nice booklet, and sometimes they give you a poster.
Yeah.
And the disc, remember, they started doing like the enhanced disc, so you could listen to it in your CD player, then you put it in your DVD player or computer,
Yeah.
and then it used to be just put it in your computer, and then they did the DVD player for some of the enhanced CDs.
Yeah, it felt like the I don't know who it is, the movie company, the producer or the distributor. It felt like they really made an effort to make the release of their film special for the viewer.
Word.
And like you said, they would release games too, right? News now. This is what kind of prompted. I know we were talking before about the death of physical media.
Yeah.
The biggest game of the year and the biggest game in a long time, Grand Theft Auto 6.
Yeah.
They announced that there will be no physical version.
Yeah, I heard about that.
It's the first game, at least on like a PlayStation 5, and definitely the first major game that there will be a physical version, I should say, that you can buy, but it's literally just a box with a digital code in it to download the game. There is no disc, there is no, anything. And unfortunately, other game companies are waiting to see what Rockstar was going to do with their game, and they're going to follow suit, because at the end of the day, $1 is a vote. And if people vote that this is okay by buying the game, which is going to happen,
it's like a setup.
More companies are going to do this.
It's so manipulative.
They're going to. The crazy thing is, I remember buying. This is in 2008, right? So a little bit ago. But I remember buying Grand Theft Auto 4.
Yeah.
The collector's edition.
Mm-hmm.
And the Grand Theft Auto 4 collector's edition, it came with not only the game, it was like $100.
Mm-hmm.
And it came with not only the game, it came with, of course, a booklet, came with a map of the environment. It came with an art book. It came with like a 50-page art book.
That's dope.
Of the artwork to make the game.
Nice.
It then came also with a duffel bag. It
That's
came
sick.
with a keychain.
$100?
And all of this on the keychain was a key, because the whole collector's edition came in a Grand Theft Auto 4 lockbox. A real deal lockbox. This is 2008.
Wow.
They made a real effort, and they made these, of course, for everyone that bought the collector's edition, which was only $100.
People would pay $200 for something
I was going to say,
now.
right?
Or $300. Shit.
And here we are now in 2026, and they can't even give you a fucking disc. That's a little ridiculous to me. And at the end of the day, it's like, well, if you're not pressing up the disc, they'll say it's for piracy. If you're not pressing up the discs, then the game should be cheaper.
Right.
But it's not. The game's more expensive.
Which doesn't make sense.
Now, the standard edition of a game now is $70.
Wow.
The standard edition of Grand Theft Auto 6 is $80. So it's $10 more. And then get this. There are locations in the game. There's a standard edition, and then there's the ultimate edition, right? The ultimate edition is $100. Mind you, with the ultimate edition, again, you don't even get a fucking disc. But it's the ultimate edition because there are going to be locations in the game that if you don't have that $100 ultimate edition, you have no access to. There's going to be like car shops, clothes shops, stuff like that you have no access to unless you bought the $100 ultimate edition. So they're basically forcing people to buy the $100 ultimate edition. So the game, to get the full gaming experience, you cannot unlock it. It's not like the old games, you play it enough, you unlock it. No, this microtransaction bullshit, now Rockstar's getting in on it. And yeah, there are literally going to be locations in the game that you can only access when you pay for the ultimate edition of the game.
Which again, glad.
Ultimate edition, the collector's edition used to give you all that shit I described. Now the ultimate edition doesn't even give you a fucking disc.
That's crazy.
That's wrong.
Were they taking the disc drives out of the machines as well?
Yeah, the next generation of consoles.
I'm so glad I still have a fucking PlayStation with a disc.
Yeah, because they want you to. There's a saying, I forgot where it came from. I'm gonna look it up, but there's a saying from like a movie or something that was like, you're going to own nothing and you're going to like it. And I got to look what that is, but that's where we're going.
And so,
Is
like,
that you're not, they want it to be where you stream everything, you own nothing. Basically, you are not going to own the game anymore or own the movie. You are going to own a license to watch the movie or watch the game. But guess what? Like, a lot of the younger kids now, they don't even like know anything about buying physical movies. They're like,
No.
buy a physical movie. What are you talking about? Because they just buy the digital version. But the thing is, whatever streaming service you buy the digital version from, if they go out of business or they get bought out, guess what happens to your digital version? It disappears.
Yep.
It's completely gone.
Same thing with music. Same thing with, you know,
You're buying a license. You're not buying the item.
which is so interesting because I can understand this. Oh, to fight piracy, right?
Mhm.
No one wants to get their shit stolen, but like, how much money do people need to make off of certain shit? Yo, like, honestly, there's a lot of people out here that will go and spend money on XYZ ABC, right? We used to go out and spend money on CDs when it was time to buy CDs. Like, people bought CDs. That
Yeah.
wasn't not a thing. Yeah, somebody's like, oh, I was hitting on LimeWire. Oh, but someone still bought that. And then that artist went on tour.
Yeah.
And then, so they made money doing that. And so then there's merch. And even you got merch bootleggers, but when you get bootleg merch, you're like, this is bootleg. And you want the real shit. So you end up spending money twice a lot of times. So it's like, you know, it's weird how, oh, don't own anything. But then what happens when, like, remember when you used to be able to go to your friend's house and they had a game, but you had the fucking memory stick and you could stick your memory thing in there and you'd have all your shit. You ain't got to log in. I got to log into your username on your PlayStation. Like, remember when you used to just go to your friend's house to play the game? Now you're on headsets and, you know, talking to each other over that. That shit, whack.
Yeah.
Like, it's fun, but, like, the other shit is more fucking fun. It just is. Like, tell me anybody out here who doesn't like to sit around and do whatever you do with your friends playing the game. Like, and you ain't got to be drinking or smoking. You could just be having a good time sitting around playing the game, talking shit, eating snacks, order food, y'all having a tournament, whatever. Like, that's real camaraderie shit that I feel like people do it when they decide to do it, but it's like there's no two-player games.
Yeah, it's going away.
No two-player games where you're sitting in the same fucking room.
Yeah, no.
Except like Mortal Kombat or like, what was that fucking game I played with my wife? We had the cooking game.
You got yeah. There are. I feel like there are games that are trying to bring that back. You still got Mortal Kombat. You still got Tekken. You still got your
Mario Kart,
like your
type
wrestling
shit.
games, Mario Kart games.
Yeah.
But no, like there is. I feel like that is for like our generation.
Right.
That you do have this younger generation that they hop on the headset and they start popping shit
The
and like do they
socialization's
really
different.
Yeah, they don't really be playing in person like that anymore.
Like
I feel like.
arcades, bro. Like, it's us at Dave and Buster's. Us and like our people that are our age, their kids.
Yeah,
At Dave and Buster's.
You're talking about arcades. Raina, I feel like I'm getting to that age, man, and I hate it where I'm starting to look at shit and be like, that sucks. It sucks. I was watching the movie A Man Called Otto, another good movie. I watched it a couple weeks ago with Tom Hanks, and he plays like a curmudgeon of an old man.
Yeah.
And I kind of fucked me up right in the beginning because some of the shit that he was getting mad about, I was agreeing with him. I was like rooting him on. And then I realized what was going on. I was like, oh, shit. Oh, no. Like I bought some Haagen-Dazs ice cream bars. I remember when I was a little kid, I bought, my mom used to buy the Haagen-Dazs ice cream bars for like a special treat. Used to get 3 bars in a box. They were a decent size, like the size like a hairbrush, maybe a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
And they were like immaculate. It was, you could put a level on top of that ice cream bar.
Yeah.
It was, the lines were crisp.
Yeah.
And then they had the chocolate drizzle lines down a hatch, a hatch mark or hatch mark or whatever. And I was like, let me pick these up. I haven't had these in a while. I had like a hankering for them. So I was like, let me pick these up and let me have some. And Raina, I swear to God, I took this thing out of the box And it went from like the old ones looking like they were handcrafted by, you know, who was the guy who did all the sculptures? Was it Michelangelo?
Yeah.
The sculpture, was it Michelangelo?
Yeah.
They used to look like they were handcrafted by Michelangelo himself. And these new bars, they look like they were handcrafted by Timmy in the sandbox. While he's got one finger in his nose.
Yeah.
These things were so misshapen.
Oh,
they were half the size. No more chocolate drizzle lines.
Wow.
Just solid. There was nothing. There was no difference between these bars, these Haagen-Dazs bars, and the great value ones, the store brand ones, right? And then also, me and my girlfriend last Wednesday, or maybe it was 2 Wednesdays ago, we went to a new arcade they opened up in Edison.
Okay.
Called Round One.
Okay.
They opened it on the burial site of my beloved Rainforest Cafe.
Oh, man.
And so, it took me a while to be okay and to visit that spot again.
Yeah.
It's a sacred spot to me.
Yeah.
But I went there, and they kind of redid the whole entrance on that side of the mall, and it's now at the entrance to the arcade. And it was cool. It was cool, man. It was dope. It's a real big arcade. It's even got a bar. It's got a food court. They got bowling in there.
Yeah. What's the game pay like?
See, that's the thing. It's a little more expensive nowadays. Now in this place you get a card.
Okay.
Right? And you are they take the money just like anything, take it from your phone, you do the tap to pay, and you put a certain amount of money on the card, and then you got points on the card, and it basically translates to a lot of the games are $2 to play.
Damn.
That's fucking. I remember back in the day,
it was
$1.
$1.
Right? If you paid $1 to play a game, it was a big time game.
Yeah.
Right? A lot of these games now are $2. Now, granted, they got some cool games, but a lot of games are $2, except for like skee ball. It was like $1. But the ones that are $1, Raina, they're like 15 seconds.
Damn.
It's like and then you start, you go, and it's like 10, 15 seconds, and then it's done.
Game over.
Game over. Done.
Oh, that's whack.
Pack it in.
Whack
and
it
it's
in.
like I remember back in the day, you go to arcade, you could play that basketball game.
Lives, yo.
You could play that skee ball.
How many lives I got
for
this
a while.
$2, yo?
Yeah, these games, they don't even got lives. You die once, you're done.
That's it. Yeah.
And yeah, it was a little crazy. Like I said, it was a cool place, but I don't know. It's like shit, man. And then of course, you go see what you could buy for your points.
I'm about to say you get points into that bullshit.
You got a piece of shit.
You get one of them little sticky hands.
Yeah. I think at this point you even had to.
At the gumball machine shit.
Right.
Get you a little temporary tattoo.
A little spider ring.
Send you on your way.
Little spider ring. That's a little nothing.
Get you a little green army man.
Oh, I think you had to save up for the green army man. I was like, I'll come back next time for you, man. Because yeah, they the amount of tickets that you would have to win or the amount of points that you would have to get was absolutely ridiculous.
You know what I used to get with my little something tickets?
Huh.
I used to get the little parachute army.
Oh,
you
yeah.
ever seen them? With
yeah,
the
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Because I used to go to this place. I think it was in Martha's Vineyard we were talking about. But at Martha's Vineyard, at the house, there was like the loft bed, right? And so it was like a little railing, and then you could see down into the living room. So I was basically on like equivalent of the second floor.
Yeah.
But it was like open. So I used to just drop the little army men from up there.
That's a perfect spot.
And it was cool. And then I remember one time the thing broke. So then I had some army men, and I made parachutes out of like napkins, pig things.
Oh, okay.
Crafty.
They're
Because I was
being
by
crafty.
myself, yo. There wasn't no other kids around and shit. I gotta
They had to make it
figure out
happen.
something to do.
Yeah, that's like back in the day. I had when I had my Godzilla action figure, if you want to call it that, making the buildings out of like paper bags. I'd set up a whole town.
That's dope. And then you could destroy it real easy. Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, that was part of the experience back in the day. I feel like kids definitely don't do that. Kids don't really play with toys like that anymore. Sometimes I go out and I see a kid that has a book in his hand instead of a screen.
Oh, I love that.
And I want to dap him up.
Yeah.
I feel like that'd be weird, but I want to dap him up.
Yo,
man.
I saw a lady the other day, and her son was reading a book, and I looked at her. I was like, I love that. She was like, yeah, he doesn't. She was like, he gets the tablet in the car. I think she says that's the only place that he gets to use it.
Yeah.
Isn't it? And I was like, that's cool. Like they bringing out the studies. They call them iPad kids, and like they have fucking ADHD and
Dumbest generation yet.
and
I'm sorry. That's what it said. It said that they were that they are that their attention spans are the lowest yet.
Yeah, they got attention span of
Yeah.
fucking goldfish.
Because you see these kids sitting in the carts, and they're like sitting there drooling, and
Take it away from them. They just have
and
a
they
whole
have
fucking
they
extinction
flip out.
level event.
Yeah, they're like, you take their tablet away from them, trying to burn the house down.
Mm.
You take I'm pretty sure I heard stories of that. There's the kid got his phone taken away and tried to burn the house down with the parents in it.
That's crazy. That's alarming. That's alarming.
Yeah, that's to say the least.
But back to we was talking about the video game shit.
Yeah,
You ever been to Yestercade?
I have.
And I kind of like the way that they have their little pay system a little better.
You get a wristband, right?
And then however it's like unlimited games for however much time.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah,
shit
you
like
get a
that.
certain amount of time, and then you could play pool. There's other places that have pool too, but I'm sure it was like $5.
Right.
But yeah, you could play pool over there. They also got the consoles. At
Yeah,
Yestercade,
I think that's what I like
that's
the
pretty
most.
sweet too. If you want to sit on the couch, play the consoles.
Right.
I'll say for me, the best place that I've been to is a place called The Break. Now it used to be called 8 on the Break. It's a place where me and my girlfriend went on our first date.
Okay.
And it is a old school arcade. I think it's the oldest arcade in Jersey.
Okay.
And that place still operates quarters. And it's not compared to these places we're talking about, like a Dave & Buster's, it's not as big as those.
Right.
But it's got modern games. It's got some light gun games. It's got some racing games. And basically you can go in there and put $1 in, get 4 quarters, and play a couple games still. And then there's a whole room of pinball machines. And this place, you don't got to buy a wristband. You don't even got to talk to anybody. You could literally walk in there, pop it. It's like a real old school arcade.
I love that.
It's in Dunellen, in Jersey. It's
Okay.
called The Break. And it's a fantastic place. And then in Dunellen, got little places to eat. I know The Break does food too, but they kind of do like the
basic bar
hot dogs,
food.
steakums, shit like that.
Yeah.
Which is cool with me. But there's also a diner down the street you can go to if you want to make a date night out of it.
Yo, you give me a good idea right now.
Yeah, I remember going there. It's the first place I took. Well, she took me. She picked me up because I didn't have a car yet.
Yo, where can I go bowling in Jersey where it's not league night every night? Like, what night is not the league night? Like, what night is the bowling alley night where a regular motherfucker can go bowling?
I know the only bowling alley I've been to in the area is, again, me and her went to, it used to be Bolero, but I don't know if it still is. But this is all the way in Greenbrook. That's a little far for you to go. Yeah, that's a little far for you to go. That's all the way on my side by Plainfield. I don't know.
I guess I gotta call the local
Motherfuckers
lane.
like to bowl.
Yeah, I know, but
they like to bowl.
They do, but they got like the bowl in their league, and that's cool.
Yeah.
And just because one time I tried to just randomly like, oh wait, let's go bowling. We roll in like, oh, we not open. It's leagues only. I'm like, but it's got to be a night when it's regular. But I guess I just got to call.
I've never gone to a bowling alley and they turned people away because it's league night.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
There's actually Jersey Lanes, I think, is right down the street in Elizabeth by my girlfriend.
Right in that intersection.
Yeah, Jersey Lanes, and they've
Where
been
that
there
goes over the
forever.
hill?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. All right, I'm gonna have to
Jersey
pull up
Lanes,
over there.
they've been there a while. I think even my grandfather recommends Jersey Lanes. He used to live in the 50s.
Dang.
So he remembers that. I was talking to some guys today. They were asking bowling, right? Is bowling a sport?
Yes.
You think bowling's a sport?
Fuck yes.
You think golf is a
If
sport?
race car driving and golf is a sport, bowling is a sport, yo.
I don't think so.
Aha.
I think bowling and golf are games akin to chess.
There's physical
they're games
exertion involved.
But I've never seen a bowler huffing and puffing with his hands on his knees.
So then you would say curling is not a sport.
Curling.
Because curling ain't.
Yeah, I would actually. Yeah.
How? How is that
curling's-
versus bowling?
Curling's not a sport either. Curling is a game. Let's call it what it is.
But
it's a game.
Sporting. So what would define a sport versus a game?
A sport requires a certain amount of intense physical exertion. We were even talking about that baseball kind of tiptoes on just being a game.
Yeah, but you have to be athletic.
Yeah, but like, let's be honest, a baseball body, maybe a pitcher, a baseball body is not like peak athletic form. Okay.
It not always.
You
no.
got some bellies spilling out over the top
Oh,
of them
for
pants.
sure.
Especially
And they the ones with the pinch runners.
yeah, especially, look at Babe Ruth.
If you can hit it good, you get somebody else to run for you.
Babe Ruth ain't have a six-pack.
No, he did not.
I guarantee.
Yeah,
But like, you look at like football players and basketball players, what they're putting their bodies through, soccer players, running. Now, maybe if golfers had to take their own clubs from hole to hole, and the rule is you had to sprint with your clubs on your back from one hole to the next, and for a guy who gets there first, he gets kind of a better score. That would be a sport.
See, the reason that I respectfully disagree is because there's still like a physical training involved
For sure.
for you to have to achieve this. Even if there's not exertion, why is not like chess is not a sport.
No, chess is a game.
It's a game. But like you're getting up and walking and having to twist your body. If you can hurt yourself doing the shit, it's a sport.
I mean,
you can hurt yourself golfing.
I'm gonna say you could technically hurt yourself making your bed, right?
But you ain't competing with nobody else to be the best bed maker in this whole shit.
They could.
Ain't nobody paying you $50 million fucking make your bed.
They could. They could be like, hey, listen.
We ain't watching this shit on TV on Sunday.
We're gonna make there's some wild shit on ESPN sometimes. I did a story on it. They had motherfuckers fighting in a car. There are some crazy sports. They had the waiting world championships. Like waiters, waiters and waitresses.
Oh, shit.
And they have to like go through cones and stuff like that.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, like I said, I said, earlier, if a motherfucker isn't at any point during the contest, you're playing a game. You're not playing a sport. I'm sorry. And yeah, maybe the Olympic Committee needs to take a good look at curling. Okay?
Why wouldn't you be huffing and puffing after you doing all of this sweepy shit?
I would have to look at the huff and the puff.
And you on ice?
That's tough. When I say it's not a sport, I'm not saying it doesn't require, especially at the highest level, a tremendous amount of dedication, preparation,
and
technique, intelligence, focus. It does, and it is not everyone can do it, and it is extremely commendable.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sorry, my guy. Like the Tiger Woods was drunk and high for most of his PGA Tour championships.
Can you believe how good he would be if he was sober?
If he was right, he was drunk and he was high. Okay, there has never, to my knowledge, I mean, there's been like Ron Artest drinking Hennessy at halftime.
That's
but
hilarious.
There's never been an NBA player that, to my mind, won multiple championships shit faced.
Dennis Rodman.
Never happened. But he wasn't shit faced. Tiger Woods was shit faced.
Okay.
He was on pills. He was shit faced.
Oh.
But like,
wow.
I don't know. Maybe if that happens, they should make a movie on it.
I can't wait for a lot of these movies to come out with these
sauced in the end zone. Saucy boys.
Saucy boy. Oh, that sounds like a double entendre.
Yeah, there's a tagline there that I'm gonna think of later on the drive home, and I'm gonna be pissed off I didn't say it. They
dipping on the
12 men, 1 bottle, and 1 goal to win a championship. Shit face.
Sauced in the end zone.
They got the guy at the end. He's trying to leave. I gotta leave this life behind, man. And then his guy's just like, he holds the bottle out. 1 more swig. Or they're playing for 1 more shot.
Oh my God.
A little double entendre. Come on, man. Give it 1 more shot.
Oh shit. Give me 1 more shot.
That's my guy. Let's go win.
Let's go win this thing.
Yeah.
Guys.
They bounce off the fucking doorway as they're walking out. They're like a ping pong ball in the doorway. Turns to the doorway. Fuck you.
Is the one guy always got like band-aids on his knees. Yeah, like honestly, whenever I see and this is fucked up, I think it's because I usually only see this happen to women.
Okay.
Like your knees are scuffed up.
Yeah, I was going to ask.
You was drunk the night before.
What's that from? Because as a guy, that totally went right over my head as a guy.
So that comes most of the time from when a girl stumbles when she's drunk.
Okay.
She's wearing heels.
She's wearing heels.
You
She's wearing like a
stumbling.
dress.
You
or
walking
something.
in the city somewhere. Boop, boop, boop. Go down. Knees. Pop.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's very common. You know, girls like to party a little too much.
Yeah, and then yeah, I would imagine the heels are not the best shoes.
No. And then
inebriation.
And then that's why they have those little cheapy like roll up shoes that fit in your little clutch purse or your little bag that like you take your heels off, but then so you don't want to walk around the city with your feet.
You talking about the little Asian?
They look like
lady,
the little Asian lady
sandal
looking
type
sandal
heels?
shoes, but they can roll up small.
Okay.
In your bag, and then you unroll them and just put them on. You know, if you got to walk on your flat foot after the night of wearing heels. I never understood heels. They do look nice, I guess. The times when I did wear them in my life, I'm like, why do women or other people, why do people put themselves through this?
That's wild,
for the
Raina. I
sake
can't.
of
I can't
looking-
imagine you.
No,
in
don't
heels.
imagine
I
it.
can't imagine.
Don't do it. Absolutely not, my friend. Nope.
Yeah.
It wasn't I look like a drag queen, bro. As much of a woman, cisgendered person that I am, I'm very androgynous sometimes. Yo, this whole week, I must have big dick energy because I got called sir all week long. Somebody
Okay.
yesterday told me, yo, thanks, you the man.
Hey.
You know what I said? I was like, okay, well, have a good day.
All right.
What the fuck?
Appreciate you.
I don't understand.
Appreciate you.
You know, and I don't even like arguing with people. You know, I don't know if I told this story before, but last time I tried to correct someone. This lady kept calling me sir. And I corrected her, oh, it's ma'am. And she said, oh, well, maybe you should wear some earrings, some makeup. And I just looked at her.
Excuse me?
I was like, no, I'm good. Have a good day.
Excuse me?
Get the fuck out of my face. The fuck?
Was she some old bag
She wasn't that old,
to be saying wild shit like that?
but she was, you know, she was up there. Well, my whole thing is this. I need to know why. Maybe you could tell me.
Okay.
Why is it that black men can recognize that I'm a woman, and for some reason, it seems like the pattern is European descended people cannot?
You know what? I'm glad, Raina, that you asked me this because I know a lot of people that know. They know if you want to know what black men are thinking, a straight white guy.
That's what I'm saying.
So
Now,
I appreciate you bringing this to me.
But it's not even
What was
about
the
the
question
thought,
again?
but maybe like the not. Like, why is it, do you think that European descended people they do not recognize that I am female? Like, it doesn't offend me, but the pattern in my life that I have realized is that black men know I'm a woman. And like, seems that like white men, they
have a
question it. They have a hard time figuring it out. Either that or like they don't want to acknowledge. I don't know. I don't even want to go that deep. I just want to maybe know why. Is it like what culture? Is it a cultural
It could be
thing?
cultural. I mean, I don't really want to pigeonhole anybody, you know, demographically and say, you know, like these type of people behave
I don't like
this.
generalization. I just know. I just the pattern for me. That's it.
If I had to just like right now give an opinion on it, of course, obviously you do give off like a more masculine energy, you know, and I consider you more of like a bro than like I know you're a woman, but I consider you more like a bro, and you carry yourself more like a guy would, like a traditional guy would, straight guy would.
No, yeah.
Or traditional masculine guy, I should say. And I don't know, maybe the older white guys are more. This is what I'm gonna just pull out of my ass right now. Is I think the older white guys, right? Maybe they are used to growing up. There's a higher percentage of more traditionally feminine white women,
right,
in the more middle class and upper class environments, whereas honestly, you probably find more African American women in areas where they got to be a little tougher.
Yeah.
Right? So, because these women have to have a little bit of a thicker skin, you know, and then you could even go to like, you know, they say something on the news. They're like, I think Channel 7. The woman goes, they say some of the toughest men in New York are women from the Bronx.
Yeah, yeah,
And Raina, I believe that shit.
yeah.
Like women from the Bronx, like they ain't playing no games
No,
with you.
they really not.
They're also if they rock with you, they're someone the best loyal,
Right,
like sweetest, be
right.
there for you type women,
Exactly.
right? So it goes both ways. But they're not playing no games with you. So I think maybe black dudes are more used to seeing what you present. They're
Yeah.
more used to seeing women with more masculine energy
Mm.
because unfortunately they're more likely to be in an environment that's a bit tougher where the women got to act a bit more masculine to
Right.
kind of protect themselves. Whereas white women can probably afford more to just be feminine and wear earrings and
Right.
of course not all the way across the board.
No,
But like they can wear makeup and earrings and cook cookies and.
but I think
and shit like
also
that.
too. I mean, this could really go like really deep in the conversation because
Oh,
now you
yeah,
got my
yeah,
brain going. But
yeah.
just like to stay like real basic. As you were talking, I'm thinking about too how like I thought about like a gym teacher. You know, always got about that gym teacher. Damn, is that a man? But that's Mrs. Gorman, and she's got a husband that's Mr. Gorman. Like how
Yeah.
many masculine women either or like queer, I should say like queer women, because not queer for the definition not being necessarily gay or like homosexual for men, but like queer, like you don't fit the norm of like what the gender norms or like the societal norms or how somebody's supposed to look or talk or sound or quote unquote what a woman sounds like Mrs. Gorman, who was my gym teacher, and she had really short hair and like leathery skin and like she looked like Mr. Gorman except she wore a skirt every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, and she wore earrings, and so like shit like that where like even when you're like a masculine woman back in the 50s and 60s, you still kind of had to like feminize yourself or like even if it looked ridiculous, like you look like a sir in a dress, you're still having to kind of conform to the gender norms of like society where it's like, oh, you think dress like this. So, and that's versus like, in black and brown households, because the gender fluidity ancestral thing was a little closer.
Yeah.
Because, dipping into other like ancestral things, like people from Europe, they have indigenous ancestry, and it was stripped from them like way before the ancestral like traditions and stuff were stripped after colonization. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it always makes me feel sad sometimes when I think about like people who are oppressive or like have this like they want to have these culture wars or like, oh, you or like people who are like European and they gravitate towards like, East Indian cultures, which isn't bad. Like everybody can seek spirituality, but not understanding like, yo, where are your people from? Like you actually might have some very beautiful, rich like culture that you could identify with that's actually in the lineage of your bloodline of people. Cause we all a human family, right? But like for example, like Sweden and stuff like in Norway, they have tradition where like they have they call it a sauna, and that's like they sit in a steam space and it's dark, and they have like their traditions that they do. Sometimes their babies are born in the sauna, and then like they also put their dead in the sauna for a time, like this.
That's where we get the word sauna from,
right?
guessing, right?
And they have the same tradition in North American indigenous culture. It's called a sweat lodge. And so like if you have in different parts of the world like people doing the same thing to connect, then for me I'm just like, it's beautiful when people want to connect to any type of like spirituality that's beyond like religion or something that's older than that, like predates colonization.
Yeah, I think anytime any people seek spirituality over religion is a good
thing. But then it's
I'm
like
not the biggest
having,
fan.
but seeing like like people from Ireland, for example, like around St. Patrick's Day. I love that my timeline is full of like Irish people, descended people speaking Gaelic and like speaking Gaelic prayers, like that that's passed down from like their pagan fucking ancestors. Like that's the shit that white people need to reconnect to so you can just stop being white. Like, because like this, I think that's the one thing that maybe like a jealousy is this like feeling like proud of where you come from, but because in America there's like fucking stain on our country where there's like some people who are white here have fucked up descendants, but you gotta go before them. Cause like hurt people hurt people.
Yeah.
So let's go before the hurt happened. Where are your people from? Where's the fucking family from? What's their tribe? They had to have come from some fucking where before they got imposed with the bullshit. Because we always fighting. They're like, oh, the indigenous peoples, they were supposedly so peaceful. Nah, because we're fucking human beings.
Yeah.
Like, we fucking fight. But the one thing that we could all kind of connect about is that we live on Earth and that, like, the Earth does shit that we can't control. And so, like, there's a respect for nature. That's why you had all these different people had all these different pagan religions, because they had to still explain nature, but it wasn't like, this is the God and God told me that I'm supposed to rule. I mean, they sort of did, but it wasn't how we have it now, where this like,
I feel like they didn't have like a deity God.
No, they didn't have the monotheistic daddy, sky daddy,
a human formed deity God.
Right.
It was more like the sun.
Right.
And like you said, the universe, nature, the forces around us.
Right.
Which I'm not into religion because I think it's extremely arrogant.
Yes.
To say I can quantify God. I know what God looks like. I know God's temperament. I know God's gender. I know how you get into God's kingdom.
Right.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
No, you don't.
No, you don't. Actually, you don't.
You do not.
You have faith. You have faith, but unfortunately, like my family was really involved in Christianity, and that's they say it's our faith, but they also say we know the truth. That's what they call it, the truth.
Right.
And so, yeah, I think that when you try to like break it down to this is the deity, like I said, that's a bit arrogant. But I am not opposed at all to the idea of an afterlife, because I don't know, I am 10 toes down agnostic, and I'll probably be to the day I die. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. Nobody knows, and I'm very confident in that. I don't know. But an afterlife doesn't sound too far-fetched.
Right.
It could also be absolutely nothing after we leave, which to me makes life more special, right?
Yeah.
But also in that same vein is that I think outside of the deity God, a higher power of some sort is not a crazy idea.
Right.
You know, a higher power could just mean, like you said, the universe. Or the sun. The sun is a higher power.
Yeah.
Sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, I go outside and I don't look directly at the sun, you know. Burn my fucking eyes out.
Yeah.
But, you know, you think that's not a static, that's not just like some, you know, thing painted in the sky.
Right.
That's a real ball of fire. That's something that's you know, boiling and burning and stuff going on in there, and it keeps this whole planet going. Without that sun, we wouldn't even exist. So like that could be a higher power, you know. So like
you can understand why people would worship it.
Exactly, for sure. I could understand, Raina, why people would worship the sun more than they would worship some man. He's watching, you know. Really? Is he Santa Claus? He's watching everybody at the same time, and then those arguments kind of crumbling.
Yeah,
because it's like always all seeing, and it's like, well, why did this happen? Like why then did he not see Eve eating the apple in the Garden of Eden, which is the reason we're not in heaven right now.
Have free will.
Oh, because then he knew that was going to happen, and
it's a setup. And
he's a sick bastard. Like, but you know, I'm also no religious scholar. I'm just some schmuck.
It's all good, man. Like those conversations are always so interesting to have, because I think a lot more people either are going one way, they're going really back into their faith and their like religion.
That's true,
or people are being like, yo, that's all bullshit. Like, you know, and so I don't have any problem with anybody, whatever the fuck you want to believe in, right? As long as what you believe in isn't good, trying to impose on my free will and like other people's free will. Like, do you, boo boo? If that's good for you, if you want to be all like that. But like, if I don't want to talk about it, then we're not going to talk about it, you know. Or if I don't want to be evangelized to or whatever, then don't you know,
come knocking on my door.
Yeah, do what you do where you do it, you know, and let me do what I do where I do it. You know,
listen, you know, I'll call you. Don't call me.
Yeah,
with religion, okay?
Yeah,
if I'm interested, I'll come to you.
Right.
But until then, don't try to. Now, if religion is part, like if there's somebody that I rock with, right, and I know they are deeply religious, and their religion is part of who they are,
Right.
So if they like use Bible teachings as teachings, fine, cool, dig it. Like there's some, if you read the Bible, in my opinion, not literally, there's some good stuff in there you could get from it.
Absolutely.
Like anything. But like you said, don't start preaching to me, and don't like come up to me and start talking to me, trying to convert me, trying to save me. Which when I was in the Christian church for a short period, there was a lot of that. There was a lot of, part of it is that we've got to save them. We've got to save them. And yeah, that's where it gets a little odd, because then you're imposing your faith on others. And I think you just need to be respectful. You want people to respect your faith. I think you also need to respect that other people don't believe what you believe.
There's like 400 or something different religions in the world.
It's probably
crazy like that.
There's probably an insane amount.
Yeah, and then
more than you could even fathom.
I have this song that I wrote years ago called Superhero. And like the hook, to save yourself to save the world. Forgive yourself to save the world. Change yourself to change the world.
Yeah.
Love yourself to change the world.
I think that's
that's
poignant,
it.
And that's very true. I think that's 100%.
It's like we walk around trying to like worry about changing other people, but there's a few things that are in the Bible that, like we're talking about, that are good things to like takeaways of life, and like, okay, this is really good like philosophy. And like, one thing is like to just live, be a testament to whatever your faith is.
Yeah.
So like if you're supposedly, if your goal should never be to convert people, right? But if that's what the book says you're supposed to do, then the way that you really can do that is just by being. Like somebody look at you and be like, yo, you got your life good. What do you do? Like, what is going on with your life?
I heard it. You were close to what I heard it referred to as, which is being a living testimony.
Living testimony, yeah.
Of your faith.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, you don't have to convert people, because the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you treat people, the way you make people around you feel, will make people like say, what's your secret?
Right.
What's your secret to how you move?
Mm-hmm.
And then you could tell them, hey, this is what I believe.
Right.
And if you're interested, I can talk to you about it. If not, that's cool too.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's going to attract way more people. That's going to save way more people than trying to force it down people. Yeah. And you have to believe. Like touching on what you said, I have said for a while, I've got a little saying that I like to say, and it's, if you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change.
Hey.
You know what I'm talking about. That's Michael Jackson. That's Michael Jackson. I said that today to somebody. I love telling people, like, yeah, that's my quote. And just at first they're like, oh. And then you see the click. They're like, motherfucker, that's Michael Jackson. And I'll be like, no, it's not. It's me. But he got that from me. But no, yeah, it's true, right? You receive the energy you give out.
The one thing.
Reciprocal.
What do they call it? That's in all of the religions, which is like so interesting that they got to build all of these other all this extra control mechanisms into the one thing, the one fucking thing. Treat other people the way you want to be treated. That's it.
Golden rule.
They say in the Bible, say, well, love God with all your heart, soul, and mind, and love your neighbor as yourself. Well, like, isn't loving your neighbor as yourself loving God, quote unquote? Because, like, for me, I have this tattoo on my wrist. At first, it actually means don't worry, which is so much more poignant than, or it's like a beautiful other meaning than my intention, because it's like, remember, right? I have a Sanskrit tattoo on my wrist that says Chintayati, and I intentionally picked like an old language, and I wanted it to help me remember that everybody is a drop of creator having an experience in physicality. So like, you're creator right now. The cat, God, or whatever you want to call it. I call it creator, because it's just, everything is creation. That's what everything is, and it works. Like, I don't know how. Like, sometimes I want to know why, and I want to know how, but sometimes I don't know, but I respect it. And there's a consciousness in things and everything. And just do enough psychedelics, you also realize that shit is not. There's stuff behind all of what we see.
What's that video you posted on Facebook? That like comedian guy, the British guy in the suit. What did he say? He said something like, "Religion is the blanket we throw over the mystery to give it shape."
To give it shape, and that he said it came from AC/DC.
Yeah,
amazing.
Religion is the blanket we throw over the mystery to
give it shape. I mean, yeah, it's like we have to make it.
We have to
something.
we have to give it parameters and stuff.
Yeah. Instead of just like respecting that it is and accepting, and then instead of going against it, like, we see it in the earth and the environment, like you do something one way against it for long enough, then these other things happen, and those things are inevitable, and you can't stop the things that are happening now. You can just try to do better, because we've been fucking shit up. People have been saying it for centuries, like, don't do this, don't do that. Maybe you want to do less of this, no more of that, but it's all around
we're
about.
Just like, fuck you.
Yeah,
How about we don't? How about we do more of it?
So we gotta do each one teach one, right? Do our own part. There's more of us than there are of quote unquote them. All this shit that's been going on in the world, like, being like prepared and like finding your joy and like finding people that you rock with that have the same vibration as you.
Yeah, for sure. You find people on your wavelength.
Yeah.
Find your tribe.
Yeah. Is that how
Whatever you like to say?
Because they talking about that fucking collider thing again. We were talking about that before, the Large Hadron Collider.
The old Hadron Collider.
You heard they turned it off.
They turned it off. Balls touch, we die.
Yeah. Everybody's like, oh no. Or like, some people are like, oh, now I don't feel like time is going so fast anymore. Like, all these
people
things.
Are going to make up a bunch of shit.
Just make up shit. But at the end of the day, like, every day you wake up, I realized it's like almost like a reset. Yes, there was a past. Yes, you have all of these things, right? But you're here. You got another day to do something different. And people like, now we like to talk about timelines. And look, what timeline are we in? And whoa, like every day you might switch timelines multiple times a day.
Yeah.
The fuck? What do you think a choice is?
Who knows?
Like, think about a choice that you make that goes through like a door. I don't know what's on the other side of this door. I know what might be on the other side of the door. More than likely, if I make this choice, this will happen. But you walk through the door, all these other things there's infinite possibilities. So every time, it's like that fucking movie, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Every time you make a decision, you're branching your timeline to whatever other thing. I could have made different decisions 20 years ago and worked for Puffy. Who the fuck knows what my life would have been like in that fucking timeline, quote unquote.
I know one thing.
I would have been not happy. Baby oil.
Baby oil would have been involved.
Hey, yo.
Baby oil would have been involved.
You know what? That? I don't even think it would have got that close. My ass would have just not showed up for work one day.
He would have been like, why is there 18 bottles of baby oil? Why is the Costco
the sketchy shit
super size baby oil? Why do we need this?
I'm famous for running away.
Thought I was going to play a couple riffs today. I don't think that's going to help me play guitar better.
Nah.
So
I'm saying, like, everybody just respect yourself and your choices, yo. Like, like that's like the biggest thing. I think
respect is a huge thing. Respect is what it all boils down to.
Respect, yo. Treat the way other people's the way you want to be treated.
Just respect others. Respect yourself.
I don't know why is that so fucking hard?
Yeah, people.
For some people.
I wish I could tell you.
I don't know, Trump.
That's one. Yeah, like why? Yeah, that's one thing I wish I could tell you. I wish I could pull that out of my ass, Raina, but I don't know. Respect is huge to me. That's why I got it. I tell people I didn't get respect tattooed on my arm because it looks cool. It's genuinely something that I think everything revolves around. All relationships, friendships, romantic relationships. It's respect. And without respect, what do you really have? You don't respect somebody, I feel like you can't love them. Respect and love go hand in hand.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And I know we got to wrap up here.
Yeah, man.
But I want to give a special shout out to our listeners in Vietnam.
Let's fucking go.
Because this week,
good morning.
I checked. Good morning, right? Good morning, Vietnam. Because I checked our host. They give us the statistics of who's listening.
Yeah.
And I was trying to show somebody that we both know that people from all over the world listen, right? And I saw all of a sudden we had like it was insane. It was like 30 times the listeners
Whoa.
that we had in 2 days. Our listeners went from a certain amount to, like I said, it like exponentially grew within 2 days, and I thought it was a glitch, and I was just like, what the hell's going on here? And a good majority of those listens were from Vietnam.
Shout out to Vietnam. They heard we like pho, motherfucker. Yo, baby.
Yeah, so shout out Vietnam.
Give
Let's
me
see if
that.
I could bring it up here, but of course, you know on your phone when you're trying to fucking bring something up to
It
show
just
somebody,
don't wanna,
all of a sudden it don't want
playing
to work
games with you.
anymore. So yeah, let's see.
You forgot to pay your subscription, yo.
Yeah, right. Right. No, I got it now. I got it
They
now.
take shit away. You don't let them take it.
We're good. So let's see. What do we got? They loved Shuffle Envy in the minivan.
Hey, yo.
They loved that episode. The F word was the next one. But yeah, we had just an insane amount of downloads.
I love that, Vietnam.
The 17th, actually, we had a good amount of downloads too. Let's see. I'm gonna look down here. Right, United States is of course number one. Shout out to people in the United States. And then Vietnam is not too far behind.
Wow.
When it comes to total listens. In third is Brazil.
Brazil.
Shout out Brazil. We got Bangladesh.
Wow.
Rounding out top 4.
Get some shirts, yo.
Top 5, World Cup. Argentina
Wow.
is number 5. So shout out to Argentina, man. And then I'm just gonna go down the list. We got Belarus, Iraq, Colombia, Venezuela, Uzbekistan, Mexico.
We international, bro.
Right? China.
They're like those crazy Americans.
Yeah.
We probably the most sanest ones they heard. That's
Right.
probably why they listen to us. With the fucking
That would be nice, man.
the sane,
if
funny
we're-
ones.
They're like, yeah, we're giving them hope, right?
Yeah,
That
we
would
love
be
y'all.
nice. Or maybe that's our own hubris.
Yeah, maybe so.
They're like these fucking crazy people.
Well, I hope y'all learning some good English accents and vernacular.
Yeah, right. I hope you're learning some good stuff in general.
When you come to the East Coast, you can blend right on in.
I hope you giggle a little bit. That's all. That's all. If you get that, then this is a success. If you giggled once and you heard something that made you go, oh,
Yeah.
that's it. That's a success.
Success.
Man. That's a success to me.
Hell yeah.
All right, Randy, you got anything more? I think I'm
good, man. This is good session today.
for sure.
And I'm really glad that we back at it. And much love to everybody out there listening.
Yes.
And we'll catch y'all on the next episode of
Somebody come look at this.